Long before skyscrapers pierced the clouds, long before cities throbbed with electricity and Wi-Fi signals, before history was etched in stone or ink, humans were not the hunters. We were the hunted. The world of early Homo sapiens, and even our hominin ancestors before that, was one of fear, survival, and constant awareness of the predators that roamed the earth. Today, we sit atop the food chain, armed with technology, knowledge, and dominion over the natural world. But the journey to this apex status was steep and bloody, and it was paved with the bones of those who fell to teeth and claw. This is the story of the predators who stalked us, the creatures that once kept our ancestors awake under star-pierced skies, flinching at every rustle in the grass. The African Genesis, where the hunt began. Our story starts in the savannas and woodlands of Africa, our evolutionary cradle. For millions of years, hominins like Australopithecus, Homo habilis, and later Homo erectus lived in close proximity to some of the most formidable predators to have ever walked the earth. Among the earliest threats were big cats, the ancestors of lions and leopards, including Panthera leofossilis and Panthera pardus, evolved powerful ambush strategies. Our early ancestors didn't have claws, powerful jaws, or even advanced tools at first. They were small, bipedal apes armed only with sharp eyes, agile limbs, and growing intelligence. During the Pliocene and Pleistocene epochs, hominins were frequently the prey, and not the predator. Fossil evidence shows puncture wounds in hominin skulls consistent with big cat bites. In South Africa, a 2-million-year-old skull of a young Australopithecus africanus was found with 2 holes that matched the canine teeth of a large leopard. The predator likely dragged the unfortunate ape into a tree, just like modern leopards do with impalas or monkeys today. Saber-toothed terrors. One of the most terrifying hunters of ancient Africa and Eurasia was the saber-toothed cat Smilodon, though it's most famously associated with the Americas. Relatives like Homotherium and Meganterion roamed the Old World as well. Unlike modern big cats, saber-toothed cats had shorter limbs and were probably ambush predators. They stalked prey through grass or waited near waterholes. With fangs that could reach up to 11 inches, they were well equipped to target the neck and vital arteries, making a quick kill. While most of their prey consisted of herbivores, it's highly probable that isolated hominin individuals, especially children or the sick, became part of their diet. And unlike today, there were no firelit campsites to keep them away. No stone walls, just darkness and the soft padding of giant paws. Hyenas, bone-cracking nightmares. Modern spotted hyenas are among Africa's most formidable predators, and their ancestors were even more terrifying. Species like Pachycrocuta brevirostris, the giant hyena, stood nearly 4 feet tall at the shoulder and could weigh up to 200 kilograms, 440 pounds. They had bone-crushing jaws that could splinter femurs like twigs. These hyenas were both scavengers and hunters. They likely followed hominin groups, just as today's hyenas shadow lions, waiting for an opportunity to steal a kill or snatch the weak. Archaeological evidence from caves shows gnaw marks on human bones that match the dentition of these creatures. In some sites, it's believed that giant hyenas dragged dead or dying hominins back to dens to feed their cubs. Eagles and the skyborn death. One might not expect birds to make this list, but for infants and small children in our ancient past, raptors were deadly. The crowned eagle, Stephanoetus coronatus, still lives in Africa today, and its fossil relatives were even larger. It preys on monkeys and small antelopes, prey similar in size to a human toddler. Fossils from Taung, South Africa, show skulls of Australopithecus children with talon marks and skull fractures similar to modern raptor kills. This suggests that even the skies weren't safe. Crocodiles, the ambush from water. Water has always been both a source of life and a place of danger. Rivers and lakes offered hydration and fish, but also housed one of the most ancient and efficient predators, crocodiles. Fossil remains of early hominins from Kenya and Tanzania show bite marks matching large crocodilians. One species, Crocodilus anthropophagus, literally man-eating crocodile, is known from the Pleistocene of Olduvai Gorge. At up to 7.5 meters long, 24 feet, this creature could easily ambush a human-sized animal. Hominins had to kneel by riverbanks to drink, unaware of the eyes watching just beneath the surface. These predators struck without warning, an instant, watery grave. Bears of the north, new threats in new lands. As Homo erectus and later Homo sapiens began migrating out of Africa, they encountered an entirely new set of predators, ones adapted to forests, tundras, and mountains. Chief among them were bears. In Europe and Asia, the now extinct cave bear, Ursus spelaeus, and the massive short-faced bear, Arctodus simus, roamed the Ice Age landscape. While primarily omnivorous, These bears were enormous and fiercely territorial. A run-in with one would have been deadly. Meanwhile, in the Americas, saber-toothed cats were joined by dire wolves, terror birds, and giant predatory birds like Titanus walleri, a flightless carnivore standing nearly 3 meters tall. For migrating humans, the world was not a blank map, it was a gauntlet of death. How we survived: intelligence, fire, and cooperation. So how did we make it? How did naked, slow, clawless apes survive in such a hostile world? The answer lies in the very traits that make us human. Fire was one of the most revolutionary tools, not just for cooking, but for protection. Predators are wary of flame. The flicker of firelight around ancient campsites created a protective circle, a bubble of safety in an otherwise dangerous world. More importantly, humans became social. We banded together in groups, hunted in coordinated fashion, and most importantly, warned each other of danger. We developed language, first in grunts, then in words. A simple "watch out wolf over there" could mean the difference between life and death. We crafted spears, axes, traps. We learned to mimic predator calls, to hide our scent, to ambush in turn. We domesticated dogs, descendants of wolves, who helped guard our flocks and camps. In time, the predators learned to fear us, and in remembering them, we remember who we once were.
Thanks for watching, and subscribe for the more video.